Hello everybody, it's Siobhan here, the Galloping Housewife, on my way out to the yard again, as you'd expect. Actually, I went out yesterday and I didn't record because I had my husband in the car and he doesn't need to listen to this. But yeah, we were going up, we took Mitch up to Wipers, to the vet hospital at Glasgow University where he was an inpatient before Christmas with his eye. I just went up for a checkup, and yeah, it's like it's doing okay. There's no more interventions to happen at the moment. Just continuing with, he's got like a gel that it goes into his eye twice a day, and we're just continuing with that for the foreseeable, really. And yeah, review him in a couple of months and he might get an implant at that stage, but it's yeah, cautiously optimistic. He's, with how he is at the moment, and the meds that he is on at the moment, then he can compete on those, but yeah, if it deteriorates, yeah, it'll mean steroids, and he can't compete on with those. So in his system, so it's still touch and go as to whether I'm going to have a competition horse or not. But anyway, so that's him, and so now I've got clear rein to get back on him and get going, and he is. Yeah, he's nuts at the moment, so a little bit cabin feverish being in the box for so long, and yeah, it's going to take a little bit of looking after before I get on and don't take a impromptu flying lesson. Anyway, and yeah, it's time to get stuck in and start getting Percy fit for the season. So yeah, it's good. And yeah, so I am leaving home. It's a little bit later than what I anticipated today. I took all my gear home a couple of days ago when I last went out there and rode, because it's just that time of the year where everything gets covered in grime and grease, like really disgusting, and it's cold out there. There's no heating in the yard, heating in the tack room. There's no heating in the yard, and so everything just gets revolting, and yeah, you need to warm things up a little bit. And plus Mitch's bridle, it was mouldy. I mean, Mitch's bridle is a temporary fixture with a bunch of different components that I've pulled from other bridles to make one for him. For a start, he's eating it, so I'm not going to buy him a nice bridle until he stops eating it. So yeah, so I'm not all that concerned that it got mouldy, but yeah, it did, and it's like manky, so I took it home and gave it a clean. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, this morning I had a good morning, and well, one of the things that I do, so I get up early I like to work when it's quiet, when there's nobody around, and so I get up early in the morning and I set out a bunch of tasks, and then I generally go out to the horses in the afternoon. But my problem is that I will, my plan is always to get the work done before 11 in the morning, and then to step away. And the amount of times that I'm actually stepping away from that desk at like 1 o'clock or later in the afternoon, I'm going out to the yard, or I just blow off going out to the yard and keep churning away at my kind of office work and my admin and stuff. And it's like, and I just find that I mean, it's so counterproductive. A, you feel like shit. B, I don't actually get anything done. I have some clear focus, and I can get stuff written or set plans in place, or solve complex problems. I generally do that pretty quickly, but I do that. But the longer I give myself to do that, and in fact there is a law called Parkinson's law saying that any activity will expand in duration to fill the time that it is allotted to, and I totally agree with that. So if I set myself an hour, I generally actually put do my work allocation in 45-minute slots, which actually equates to about half an hour of work, of actual productive work. But if I allow myself 45 minutes to write a post and get it ready to be uploaded, then it'll take 45 minutes. If I allow myself a morning to, it'll take all bloody morning, and in fact it'll get finished in that sort of last 10 minutes of the morning, and it won't be as good quality as if I've got a shorter time period. And it is actually for so many of us. In fact, they've done studies on people's productivity in the workplace, and people doing a normal, like, regular job, an 8-hour job, about how much time it takes, and about how much time you actually spend doing productive work. And in an 8-hour day, that's they analyse it as being 3 hours. So I give myself a lot more time than that in the morning. So I'm sat at my desk starting work by 6 most mornings. So I've actually got 5 hours there, but that's 5 hours with breaks. So it's 5 hours with getting breakfast, multiple cups of coffee, and I like I said, I sort of cut my day into 45-minute slots, which half an hour is actually concentrated on working on whatever the task is at hand, but the rest of it is on, although I have everything laid out exactly how I need, it'll be about getting your brain in the space, or moving around, or it allows me time to go to the loo and that sort of stuff, or get another cup of coffee. And it's about also making that promise to yourself. My thing is that I've got a couple of goals for this year that I've shared with you, and one of them is looking after my own health and well-being, and one of them is to get the horses going, get Mitch trained, start him on the training program, and have a full season eventing on Percy, providing we both stay healthy and sound. So it's and if I don't get up from that workstation at 11 o'clock in the morning, then I'm not going to allow myself to have enough time to get shit done, and to get out to the yard and to do my stuff. I'm looking at the time here is 1:30. I'm going to stop and go for a walk on the way, so I won't get out to the yard till 2:15, and that allows me a couple of hours. It's only a couple of hours of daylight at the moment, so I can't be any later out there. I mean, we've got lights and that sort of stuff, but I like to not be too late home as well, because that's not good for us either, or good for our families or anything like that. So I just wanted to have a chat, talk about the promises that we make ourselves about focused working, and being actually able to step away from that and to go on to your next task, and to not allow things that are noisy to encroach on the things that we have actually declared as goals and priorities for ourselves. To make sure that you give space to those things as well. Right, that's me for the day. I will hopefully be same place, same time, a bit earlier tomorrow. I have actually booked myself in for, I'll say a massage, but it's not really a massage. It's a physio sports therapist who will probably make me cry, and it's well overdue. I've got some few issues going on, and right now it's the main one is with my arms and shoulder, sort of post the injury that I had to my scapula and consequent frozen shoulder, and I've had, and then sort of compensating for that in various ways. And I've not been looking after that very well. Well, I haven't been to see Chardon for a while, so I am going to do that tomorrow afternoon, so I will have to be out to the horses earlier so that I can get back to her in time. Alright, that's me for today then. I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.